Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's episode of Morte D'Arthur. Tonight, Sir Tristram will smite the giant Sir Nabon. And much more merriment to ensue. So hello, good evening everyone. Hello, Queen. Hello, Jackson. Welcome. Hello, El Capitan. Come in, take up a seat, guys. Hello, Ollie. Welcome, Ollie. Come in, sit yourself down. How are you this evening? I'm very well. Hello, Andrew. Hello. Come in. Good morning, evening. Yes, morning for you over there, Jackson. Evening for me. My weekend was fab. Thank you very much, Ollie. I feel very much refreshed. I've enjoyed much Belgian beer between then and now, which is excellent. Finished off the last of it just before the show, which is where we want to be. Yes, it needs. I'm still kind of in holiday weekend mode. I need to find my way to a shaver, but until then, I'm just rocking the big hair, rocking the facial hair, rocking the lamb's hair on the cardigan, just rocking everybody's hair. Really, I won't show you my feet. As there's hair being rocked there as well, but we won't go there. Hello, Susan. Hello. How are you this evening? Come in, sit yourselves down, everyone. I mean, who knows? Actually, what might happen is the facial hair might grow for once. Yes, I will donate my hair to you, Ollie. I will cut it off, stick it in a jiffy bag, and mail it to you. Possibly not. I mean, this is it. I mean, I was thinking of getting my big hair trimmed, but now it's in that funky stage now where it's just big, and I feel like I should, be Brian May's double. No, I haven't. I must confess, Susan, I've been working late today, and between working, eating some fabulously baked chicken. My chicken this evening was fantastic. Came home, worked, ate some chicken, and then I am being sucked into watching Vikings over on Netflix. Not Netflix, Amazon Prime at the moment. Because I like a good bit of smiting as well. So watching somebody else do the smiting for a change is always good fun. But yes, I'm glad you're looking forward to some smiting, Ollie. That's what I'm here for. Some real proper smiting with hair. I just like doing this at the moment, watching my hair fluff. One of the great things about having big hair, you can do that. People with big hair will understand that. Hello, Beth, by the way. Hello. Come in, everybody. Welcome. I'm in a very good mood this evening. I'm very excited to see you all. Hello. Tonight we are continuing with the tale of Sir Tristram and Isolde. We're almost at the end of this season of Sir Tristram and Isolde. For the tale of Sir Tristram is so magnificently epic. It spans more than one season. Possibly because Mallory just got fed up of using fancy Roman numerals. This is the first time we've had to use the letter L as a numeral in the Morte D'Arthur. Look at that. Look, if you get to chapter 40, with an interesting picture of a goat who's also rocking a lot of hair. So there we go, with a centaur who's looking a little bit weird. But hey, that's Aubrey Beardsley's illustrations for you. But we have got some fine smiting on the way for you all. I can't wait to get into it with you. So without much further ado, ladies and gents, welcome. Tonight, on one page, tonight we continue the tale of Sir Tristram and Isolde. Aren't centaurs just where it's at? Absolutely. Although a little bit weird and freaky uncomfortable at certain times as well. We'll just go with it. We'll just roll with the centaur. You guys are loving some centaurs. I'll let the centaurs happen. Anyway, to bring you all up to speed on where we are with the tale of Sir Tristram and Isolde, Sir Tristram has been in love with Queen Isolde of Cornwall, even though he was a servant of King Mark, who was king of Cornwall. And for a time, the love between Sir Tristram and Queen Isolde was hidden. But before too long, it all bubbled out as Sir Tristram was caught in bed with Queen Isolde. Therefrom, he was dragged naked by night to fight his way free from them, fleeing at last to Brittany, while Queen Isolde was locked up in King Mark's castle. And for a while there in Brittany, did Tristram forget? Did he forget about the fact that he was in love with Queen Isolde? Because within Brittany, he found another woman who he thought was beautiful. She was gorgeous, and he himself was dashing as any knight could be. And her name, it just so happened, was Isolde as well, the Lady Isolde, whereas his love was the Queen Isolde, and in a moment of mad lust, Tristram forgot all about his one true love, and agreed to marry the Lady Isolde, who was not his real love. And when news came to England that he had forsaken his one true love, the Queen Isolde, who was still locked up within a tower by King Mark for her unfaithfulness, then did all good knights of England forsake him. Then did Sir Lancelot, greatest knight of all the realm, Sir Lancelot, beloved of all women, Sir Lancelot, who has refused every single woman's love who he's come across because he has only eyes for Queen Guinevere of Camelot. Then did Sir Lancelot swear that for his treachery, that for the lack love of Sir Tristram, he would be Sir Tristram's mortal enemy, and if ever Sir Tristram were to set foot upon England, Cornwall, or Wales again, then would Sir Lancelot happily lop off his head. This was grievous news for Sir Tristram, but for poor Sir Tristram, he is now caught in love with the real Isolde, while still trapped in a marriage to the Isolde that he does not love. And so, with this conflict of love, it so happened that Sir Tristram and his wife set out from Brittany, sailing over the sea towards England, and there they were blown off course. And blown off course, they landed at an island just off the coast of Wales. And that island was an island that was ruled by Sir Nabon the Noir. And Sir Nabon the Noir has no love for the knights of King Arthur's court. Luckily, Sir Tristram, who has landed there, is not a knight of King Arthur's court. But there are two other knights upon that island that Sir Tristram has met. One is Sir Sigwades. And Sir Sigwades, he's known from a while back. For you see, Sir Tristram's adultery, his fickle heart, is not known only to Queen Isolde. For it was Sir Tristram who spied the wife of Sir Sigwades, who fell in love with her for a short while, who slept with her and drove a rift between her and Sir Sigwades. Now Sir Tristram has come across Sir Sigwades upon that island, and he has also come across another knight there, and that knight's name is Sir Lamorak. And when Sir Lamorak, who was a knight of King Arthur's, came to the court of King Mark in Cornwall, then did King Mark insist that Sir Tristram should embarrass Sir Lamorak by fighting with him in bloody battle in a tournament, even though that poor Sir Lamorak had fought off against 30 other knights successfully when he was weary and just about to keel over. Then did Sir Mark send a fresh Sir Tristram after him, knowing that it would cause embarrassment to the chivalric code of Sir Tristram. And so now Sir Tristram has found himself face to face with Sir Lamorak, who is insulted, and Sir Sigrid, whose wife he had taken. It's taken some clever words by Sir Tristram to allay both of them, apologising to Sir Sigrid for his actions, apologising to Sir Lamorak, and trying to go and explain to him that he only went and knocked him down because of the orders of King Mark. Now it seems that the three knights have formed a truce, though. For Sir Nabon le Noir, who is a great giant of that island and lord of it, seems that he will have the lives of all three of them for trespassing upon his land. And together, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, with me, right here, right now, must Sir Tristram come up with a plan to fight against Sir Nabon and possibly to slay him, or perhaps, as we race towards the finale of this season, will Sir Nabon le Noir take Sir Tristram's life? All knights must fall, ladies and gentlemen. All knights must die. Will tonight be the night that Sir Tristram dies? Let's find out as we continue tonight's tale. Thus said Sir Tristram to Sir Lamorak and Sir Segwarides, you should both leave all of your malice against me, and if you do so, I will forget all argument between us as well, and then together we may come up with a plan of how we will win worship amongst ourselves and how we will defeat this giant, Sir Nabon le Noir, who is lord of this island, for we must destroy him. Sir, said Lamorak, now I understand your knighthood. It is said in Camelot that you are a false knight for leaving your love, but I see now that your plan is a good one, and perhaps you are a man of bounty and nobleness and worship. And if the words that you say are true, and you will set aside all difference to fight this night, then perhaps you are of courtesy and gentleness. And I have showed you ungentleness up until now, and so do I repent. In the meanwhile, there came word that Sir Nabon, the giant, who is lord of all of that island, had made a great cry that all the people upon the isle should be at his castle on the 5th day after. And that same day the son of Nabon should be made a knight, and all the knights of that valley and all about there should be set to joust against him. And then all those of the realm of Logris should joust against North Wales, and thither came 500 knights out of that country. And so too came Sir Lamorak and Sir Tristram, and Sir Cadrus, who is brother-in-law to Sir Tristram and Sir Segwarides, for they dare not otherwise come so. And then Sir Nabon lent Sir Lamorak a horse and armour at Sir Lamorak's desire. And Sir Lamorak jousted there upon the field, and did deeds of arms that Nabon and all the people said that there was never such a knight that ever they saw do deeds of arms. For as it is told in the French book, he forjousted all that were there, for the most part of 500 knights. Time and time again did he joust, and each time he succeeded, so that none could shake him in his saddle. Then did Sir Nabon offer to play with him his play. For, said Sir Nabon, I never saw no knight do so much upon a single day. I will well, said Sir Nabon, play as I may. But I have fought 500 knights this day already, and am weary and sorely bruised. And there each one grabbed at a spear. But Nabon would not face off against Sir Lamorak with his spear. Instead, he smote the horse of Sir Lamorak in the forehead, and so slew him. And Sir Lamorak, falling from his horse, rose on foot, turned his shield, readied his sword, and there he began a strong battle on foot against the knight. But Sir Lamorak was already so sorely bruised and so short of breath that he traced and traversed such a back. Fair fellow, said Sir Nabon, hold thy hand, and I will show you more courtesy than ever I showed any knight before. For by cause I have seen this day that you are a noble knight, and therefore stand yourself by, and I will know whether any of your fellows will have ado with me. And then, when Sir Tristram heard that, he stepped forth and said, Nabon, lend me a horse and armour, and I will face you in combat. Well, fellow, said Sir Nabon, go thou'st to yonder pavilion, and arm yourself with the best equipment that you find there. And I shall have a marvellous play with you when I'm done. Then, said Sir Tristram, look to yourself and play well, or else by adventure I shall teach you some new tricks, knight. Well said, fellow, said Sir Nabon. And so, when Sir Tristram was armed as he liked himself best, and well shielded and sworded, and dressed from head to foot, then, for well he knew that Sir Nabon would not abide a stroke with a spear. Instead, he would slay all knights' horses that rode against him. Now, fair fellow, said Nabon, let us play. So then they fought long on foot, for Sir Tristram would go nowhere near a horse. They traced and traversed, smoked and forayed, long without any rest. At the last, Sir Nabon prayed the knight to tell him his name. Sir Nabon, I tell you, my name is Sir Tristram, and I am Sir Tristram de Lyon, a knight of Cornwall under King Mark. Thou art welcome then, said Sir Nabon, for of all knights I have most desired to fight with thee or with Sir Lancelot. And so then, eagerly they went together again, smiting each other across the battlefield, so that at last Sir Tristram struck a giant buffet upon the helm of Sir Nabon. Sir Nabon, falling backwards, cried out, arms open, and Sir Tristram, drawing close into him, slew Sir Nabon. And so forthwith he leapt to his son and struck off his head as well, so that both Sir Nabon and his son lay dead upon the field of battle. Then all the country said they would hold worship of Sir Tristram. No, said Sir Tristram, I would not have it so. For here with me is a worshipful knight, and his name is Sir Lamorak de Galis, and for me he shall be lord of this country, for he has done here great deeds of arms. Nay, said Sir Lamorak, I will not be lord of this country, for I have not deserved it as well as you, Tristram. Therefore, give you it to who you will, for I will not have it. Well, said Sir Tristram, since neither you nor I will have it, let us give it to him that has not so well deserved it. Do as you wish, said Sir Segwarides, for the gift is yours, for I will have none of it if I have not deserved it. Tristram turned to Sir Segwarides and said, to you I choose it to go. And so was that land given to Sir Segwarides, whereof he thanked them both. And so he became a lord, and worshipfully did he govern the land. And then Sir Segwarides delivered all prisoners, and set good governance in that valley. And then he returned to Cornwall, and told King Mark and the Lady Isolde of how Sir Tristram had advanced him to the Isle of Savage, and there he proclaimed in all of Cornwall of the adventures of these two knights. So was it openly known. But full woe was to the Lady Isolde when she heard that Sir Tristram was wedded to another woman. And there, ladies and gents, will we end tonight's tale. Sir Tristram having smote down Sir Nabon le Noir, and Queen Isolde having discovered that her love Tristram is still alive and betrothed, not betrothed even, but married to another. Tomorrow night, ladies and gents, we will wind up the tale of Tristram and Isolde and reach the end of this season, though not the end of this tale. Oh, he's a man indeed, Danny. Sir Lamorak is not a giant. We've just fought a giant, but certainly a powerful knight indeed. And tomorrow we'll wrap up this season, though not the end of the tale of Sir Tristram, not by any measure. And also tomorrow night I will continue to read from my novel Till Bashing. If any of you wish to join me for that, I'm very, very excited to be continuing that tomorrow night, which should be jolly good fun. But coming up tonight, he says, grabbing his laptop. Excellent. I'm glad you're enjoying the novel, Danny. It will be fun. I'm looking forward to sharing the rest of it tomorrow as well. It should be a lot of fun, he says. But yes, please join me tomorrow night as we go and do some more. What have we got coming up tonight? I'm probably going to pronounce this incorrectly. Sarah has requested that we read some Samuel Menashe. Samuel Menashe for the poetry show in 4 minutes time. Poetry Live coming up in 4 minutes time. I'm reading some Samuel Menashe. Sarah's going to correct me either which way, I'm sure. We'll get it right for Poetry Live. But I'm very much looking forward to sharing that with all of you. Menashe. Is Santa conflicting his shows with mine, Queen? That's bloody disgraceful. Santa's meant to be such a nice chap. He's meant to know everything as well, and surely Santa is like a Time Lord who should know when all things are and be able to bend the rules of time so we can get around all these different places. How could Santa possibly? He is a bad Santa. I shall have to have words with Santa. There's no other way for it. I will need to sit down with Santa and have some serious goings over. Otherwise, God knows what he's up to. Anyway, Samuel Menasher coming up, especially for server. I've already had a look through it. I hadn't read any Samuel Menasher until last night, so I've already had a quick look through. I'm very excited about reading it. I'm just going to run downstairs and grab myself a glass of water or juice, as my throat needs to go, especially if I've been doing those giant voices. So I'm going to grab some drink, come back up here, and then I can't wait to share that with you. That will be in a couple of minutes time, guys. I can't wait. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you, Jackson. Thank you, Queen and Susan, Rosella and Danny and Sarah and Carol. Big whoops to all of you. Thank you so much, guys. Hopefully I'll see you for Poetry Live in a few minutes. Can't believe Santa's trying to upstage me. It's just wrong. Even with a big beard, I've still got more hair than the big fat man. I'll have words. No mince pies for him on the mantle.